Have you ever stopped to think that while you're working 8 hours a day just to pay the bills, someone else is making money, literally, while they sleep? It's not magic. It's not luck. It's not even about having a high salary. It's about owning assets, things that keep putting money in your pocket, even when you're not working. Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, calls this the secret of the rich. They don't work harder. They make money work for them. Most people wake up every morning already tired. They face traffic, endless meetings, tight deadlines, and at the end of the month, there's barely anything left in the account. Meanwhile, the rich aren't chasing money. They're building cash flow machines, assets that generate income 24/7. Now, before you say, "That's not for me, I don't have money to invest," let me stop you right there. The rich didn't start rich. They started by changing one thing, the way they think about money. In today's video, we're going to reveal 7 assets that make you rich while you sleep, inspired by the teachings of Robert Kiyosaki. Whether you're just starting out or already on your financial journey, this might be the mindset shift that changes your life forever. Let's dive in. Most people work 40 hours a week just to see their paycheck vanish into rent, bills, and debt. But what if instead of paying rent, you were the one collecting it? That's the mindset shift the wealthy make. Robert Kiyosaki doesn't see real estate as just property. He sees it as a cash flow machine. When done right, rental properties generate monthly income, whether you're grinding at work or asleep in bed. It's not about owning land, it's about owning income. Here's the truth. You don't need to be rich to buy real estate. That's just another lie sold by people stuck in the rat race. With the right financial education, smart leverage, and creative deals, you can acquire properties using other people's money, through loans, partnerships, or even seller financing. While most people are taught to fear debt, the wealthy use debt to build wealth. They don't work for money. They let money work for them. A single rental unit can cover your car payment. A small portfolio, it can replace your job. And while the poor and middle class are trained to look at property values, the rich look at cash flow. They ask, "How much money hits my account every month after expenses?" Because the value isn't in the property, it's in the income it generates. Over time, the rent goes up, the mortgage gets paid down, and your equity grows, all while your tenants are funding your wealth. You could spend your life working to pay rent, or you could spend time learning how to collect rent. The difference isn't in your bank account, it's in your mindset. Rental properties are one of the most powerful ways to build wealth, gain financial freedom, and escape the paycheck-to-paycheck trap. It's not just bricks and walls. It's a system that pays you for doing nothing at all. Imagine owning a piece of a company and getting paid regularly, just for holding on to it. That's the power of dividend-paying stocks. While most people chase quick wins in the market, flipping shares like a slot machine, the wealthy understand something deeper. Real wealth comes from steady, passive income. Dividend stocks don't require you to trade, time the market, or outsmart Wall Street. You simply invest, hold, and collect. It's the closest thing to owning a golden goose, one that lays eggs every quarter without demanding anything in return. Robert Kiyosaki often talks about making money work for you. Dividend-paying stocks are a perfect example. These aren't speculative tech startups hoping to explode. They're usually established, profitable companies that share a portion of their earnings with shareholders. While others are working for every dollar, dividend investors are letting their money do the heavy lifting, earning while they sleep, travel, or focus on building more assets. The magic comes in the compounding. Reinvesting those dividends, even if they seem small at first, creates a snowball effect. Over time, your monthly or quarterly payouts grow, and suddenly, your portfolio is generating enough income to cover real expenses, without ever touching the original investment. No selling required. No timing the highs and lows, just owning and collecting. But here's what most people miss. It's not just about buying a stock. It's about owning a system that pays you. A paycheck requires labor. A dividend doesn't. And the earlier you start, the more powerful it becomes. You could spend years chasing promotions and raises, or you could spend that same time building a stream of income that doesn't stop when you do. This isn't get rich quick, it's get rich slow, steady, and smart. That's how the wealthy think. And dividend-paying stocks are one of the quietest, most reliable ways they stay rich, long after they've stopped working. Most people are stuck trading time for money. If they don't clock in, they don't get paid. But what if you could create something once and have it pay you over and over again, without showing up every day? That's the power of digital products. Whether it's an online course, an ebook, a toolkit, or a simple downloadable template, these assets work for you 24/7. Robert Kiyosaki always says the rich don't work for money. They build systems that produce money. A digital product is one of the smartest systems you can build today. You don't need to be a tech genius or a best-selling author. What you need is knowledge that solves a problem. Maybe you know how to manage money, bake cakes, build websites, or plan workouts. Package that knowledge. Turn it into a course or a digital guide, and suddenly you're not just helping people. You're getting paid every time someone hits buy now. You don't need inventory, warehouses, or a physical storefront. The internet delivers it for you instantly, around the world. And here's where it gets powerful. A product you create once can sell 100 times, 1,000 times, even 1,000,000 times, without costing you more time or effort. That's infinite scalability. Most people are stuck on the income treadmill, running faster just to stay in place. But digital creators step off the treadmill and let automation take over. This is modern intellectual property. It's like writing a book that never goes out of print or building a class that never ends. While others are hoping for a raise, you're waking up to new sales notifications. That's the definition of money working for you. Digital products aren't just about making money online, they're about buying back your time, your freedom, and your future. You create once, and the cash keeps flowing. That's what an asset is. That's how the rich think. Most people who start a business don't actually own an asset. They just buy themselves another job. They work longer hours, take on more stress, and carry all the responsibility. And while the world claps for entrepreneurship, Robert Kiyosaki draws a clear line. If your business depends on you showing up every day, it's not a real asset. A true business is a system, something that functions, grows, and earns income whether you're there or not. Think about it. McDonald's doesn't depend on the founder flipping burgers. Franchises, automation, trained teams, and clear processes run the business. That's the difference between owning a business and owning your time. When your systems are in place, the business keeps producing cash flow while you focus on building more assets, enjoying your life, or simply sleeping. That's how the rich operate. They don't hustle harder, they build smarter. The trap many fall into is trying to do it all themselves. They believe the myth that no one can do it like me. And while they're micromanaging every little task, their time disappears, and so does their freedom. True wealth doesn't come from being the busiest person in the room, it comes from creating a machine that runs without you. Imagine this. Your business makes sales, delivers products, serves customers, and even solves problems, without needing you to check in every hour. That's not fantasy. That's what systems, automation, and leadership are for. You build it once, fine-tune it, and then let it run. The goal isn't just to make money, the goal is to buy back your life. And a business that runs without you is one of the most powerful ways to do that. Because if you're always trading hours for income, even as a business owner, you're still just a well-paid employee. The real freedom begins when your business becomes your asset, not your job. Imagine doing something once and getting paid for it for years, without ever clocking in again. That's the magic of royalties. Whether it's a book, a song, a piece of software, or even a trademark, royalties are the quiet engines of passive income. They don't need an office. They don't need rest. They just keep generating money, day after day, month after month. As Robert Kiyosaki says, I wrote a book once. Today, I collect royalties from over 50 countries. That's what long-tail income looks like. It's not fast money, it's forever money. Most people are taught to exchange time for income. You work, you get paid. You stop working, the money stops. But royalties flip that equation. You create once, and the income keeps coming in. It's the ultimate form of leverage. One effort, endless return. That's why the rich love intellectual property. It scales, it compounds, and it never sleeps. Think about it. Every time someone downloads a song, buys a book, streams a movie, or licenses a product, someone's earning money. And it's not the employee doing the work, it's the creator. The person who built something once and set it free into the world. Royalties are your silent sales team. They're out there, working for you even when you're not thinking about them. This isn't just for famous authors or rock stars, it's for anyone with an idea worth sharing. A simple guide, a useful tool, a piece of art, when protected and licensed properly, can become a steady stream of cash flow. The secret isn't just in the creation, it's in owning what you create. Royalties aren't loud, they don't make headlines, but they build freedom in the background. And in the world of real wealth, that's the goal. To own assets that quietly and consistently pay you. That's how you get rich while you sleep. That's how you escape the cycle. That's how you win. Not everyone wants to be a landlord. The idea of dealing with broken pipes, late-night calls, and tenant headaches is enough to scare most people away from real estate altogether. But Robert Kiyosaki teaches that you don't have to swing a hammer to benefit from property income. Enter REITs, Real Estate Investment Trusts. They give you access to the world of real estate cash flow without the hassle of managing physical buildings. Think of REITs like a bridge between the stock market and real estate. You're buying shares of a company that owns and operates income-producing properties, shopping centers, apartment complexes, office buildings, hotels, and in return you get a slice of the rental income paid out in the form of dividends. No tenants, no property management, no maintenance, just consistent income deposited into your account. It's the lazy person's real estate investment, and that's exactly why the wealthy love it. The best part? You can start small. While buying a rental property might require thousands in down payments and financing, REITs let you invest with as little as the price of a lunch. And because they're traded like stocks, you can buy and sell easily. That means more liquidity, less risk, and zero landlord stress. But don't mistake simplicity for weakness. Over time, those dividends compound, just like any other income-generating asset. And when you reinvest them, your cash flow snowballs, without lifting a finger. That's what Kiyosaki calls smart investing. You're still building assets. You're still generating passive income. You're just doing it without the headaches. Most people avoid real estate because they think it's too complex or too expensive. But REITs remove the barriers. They give you the benefits of property ownership without the burden of being hands-on. It's real estate for the modern investor. Simple, scalable, and quietly powerful. And if freedom is your goal, that's exactly the kind of asset you want working for you. Most people fear debt because they've only ever experienced it from the wrong side, paying interest, fees, and penalties to banks that seem to get richer no matter what. But what if you flipped the script? What if instead of being the one paying interest, you were the one collecting it? That's the power of private lending and peer-to-peer loans. Robert Kiyosaki says it best. Banks love debt because they profit from it. So, why not do the same? When you become the lender, money starts working for you. You're not trading time for dollars, you're earning income simply because you had capital and knew how to deploy it. Whether it's funding a real estate deal, offering short-term capital to a business, or participating in a peer-to-peer lending platform, you put your money into motion, and every month it brings more back to you. This is exactly what banks have done for centuries. They borrow money at low interest, lend it out at higher interest, and pocket the difference. But you don't need a skyscraper or a banking license to do the same. With the rise of technology and financial platforms, almost anyone can become a lender and start earning passive interest on their capital. Of course, this isn't about throwing money around blindly. Strategic lending means understanding risk, doing due diligence, and securing your investments. The rich don't lend emotionally. They lend intelligently. They ask, what's the return? What's the risk? What's the collateral? And then they get paid month after month without doing any additional work. Most people work their whole lives just to pay off debt. But the wealthy build wealth by issuing it. They understand that the real power lies not in avoiding debt altogether, but in mastering how it works. When you lend wisely, you're not just making income, you're playing the role of the bank. And that's when the money truly starts working for you. So now you know, these are the 7 assets that can make you rich while you sleep. Not because they're magic, but because they follow one simple rule. They put money in your pocket without stealing your time. That's the difference between working for money and letting money work for you. Robert Kiyosaki doesn't just teach how to make money, he teaches how to build freedom. And every one of these assets is a step toward that freedom. Maybe you can't start with all 7 today, but you can start with 1. A small investment, a simple idea, a shift in mindset. Because wealth isn't about how much you earn, it's about what you build with what you have. So tell me, which of these assets are you going to start focusing on first? Drop it in the comments. And if this video helped you see money differently, give it a like, share it with someone who needs it, and make sure you're subscribed. We've got more powerful lessons coming to help you escape the rat race and build real financial independence. This is your time. Stop trading hours for dollars. Start building assets that work harder than you ever could. See you in the next video.